home can be stressful. And there are those who will take their babies home and perform such heinous acts. But for them, there are so many more parents who are going to take their babies home and love on them and speak positivity, empowerment into their lives while they're babies. But babies tend to grow up into demanding toddlers. And as they grow up, sometimes that positivity, that uplift from the parents fizzles out. And those little people don't get the encouragement that they really do need. Now, parents aren't the only ones who are guilty of this. You don't have to have a child to be guilty. How so? I declare that each and every one of us has a beautiful little girl within us. One who desperately needs to hear our positive, uplifting statements from our own lips so that she can grow into what she must be. She must be a person who can think, live, function as an adult. Now, I'll tell you about my mom. Dee's already told you a little bit about her. She is an Army veteran. I consider to be our live-in drill sergeant. And she's the original tough mama. My mama, when she spoke to me from the time I was born, she regarded me as a champion. She would say to me, Valerie, little Valerie, you were excellent from birth. You were born to win, and you matter. And so my mama would speak those words to me all through my childhood, and then one day she took that empowerment baton and put it in my hands because I was leaving home for school and life. So it was now my job to say those words to myself. But I know you'll understand, life got so busy, I forgot to do that. I dropped that baton. And then I even started speaking negatively to my little Valerie, to me. So I'm going to share with you, I'm going to be a little bit transparent today, how I learned to pick that baton up, which is what I want you to do also, so that I then could empower my little Valerie to move forward in life in a positive way. I had to teach myself how to be the tough mama of me. So, when I talk to myself as a tough mama, T-U-F-F, I spell these words out to myself. I say, little Valerie, I want you to go through life with the right T, tactical. I want you to be more calculated when you go about life, because we as women, we tend to be the nurturers, the carers. So a lot of times, we'll go through the amygdala. That's the emotional brain, part of our brain center. And we might cry more, and that's okay, because that's who we are. But there's a time and a place for everything. And sometimes you have to be so powerfully present until you must function from the executive part of you. That's the frontal cortex. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves to go there. Let me give you an example of being powerfully present, how it played out in our lives. Not too long ago, I was traveling with some of my children. It was midnight. We were headed back to Texas on Highway 10, South Louisiana, over the Atchafalaya Causeway. Now, if you're not from down here, the Atchafalaya is a swamp. It's a natural swamp with natural snakes and natural alligators in the water. So when they built part of the roadway, it's up over water, okay? And at night, of course, all you see is black. Well, that's okay. We're on our 2-lane roadway with a little bit of a shoulder, and then they have what was called a guardrail, a retainer that if I had built, I would have made it a whole lot bigger, but that's the way it was. I had just really fallen into a deep sleep. My adult daughter was driving. When all of a sudden, we got rammed at 65 miles an hour from the rear. In an instant, I awoke to see a truck hurtling past us, a pickup truck. And in that instant, he sideswiped another vehicle that was in front of us before he disappeared into the darkness. Now, I'm telling you, these things, that happen fast. You know how life happens fast. Because when I awakened, not only did I see that, but I saw our headlights angled towards the guardrail. uncommon. Be uncommon, little Valerie. You don't need to live according to the labels and definitions and opinions that culture, spouses, institutions will try to put upon you because you know who you are. And when you understand that about yourself, then you can be more self-authentic. That means that your goals are clarified. That means that you've got laser focus as to why I'm here. But you know what we do? We raise our little girls to be people pleasers. And they're the ones who are supposed to put down their talents to be there for everyone else. It can be a spouse. It can be family members, children, or whomever. And we essentially teach our daughters that they don't matter. You know, statistics and studies show that when you compare women's happiness to men, grown women and men, that across the continuum of life, up to the age of 80, women are generally most unhappy with their lives. Because by the time they reach 80, that's when either the husband's died and everyone that's been a caregiver before is gone and grown, whatever, and you wait so long to have joy. We gotta stop living that way. So, we have to be uncommon. And like Sheryl Sandberg, you know, she's CEO or Chief Operating Officer at Facebook. She wrote that book called Lean In. If you've not read it, read it. She wants us to learn to lean into the richness of our destiny. So I say, little Valerie, you need to be uncommon. And then I talked to little Valerie about the F's. There are two F's. The first F is one that will help her to understand really how to fight. That F is to be fireproof. And what I'm telling you is that, why is it that we're so surprised when life just throws mess at us? You know, that's kind of the way life can be. But see, what we tend to do is to get so upset that, you know, when we're not fireproof, we reduce ourselves to ash heaps. End up in the corners crying and sucking our thumbs like we can't do much about it, but we can. What we need to start telling ourselves is that, you know, a no can be positive. And then when you think about a speed bump, you know, it's like, oh, there's another speed bump in the road. When you think about the apex of a speed bump, that's where you typically catch air. Stop thinking of speed bumps in life as negative, because they can actually be your launch point. So, I want to share with you about my tough mama. My tough mama, she taught me very early on how to be. Well, I was about 8 years old, and I had one brother. He was maybe 5 months old, so he was old enough to be a hip baby. We lived in Chicago. Mama would take us into the city park where I would go and play. She would sit on the bench and take care of my little brother. Well, there was this man who maybe lived in the park, and it was like magnetism. Every time he would see us, he would go to Mom and he'd try to touch the baby. And, you know, he wasn't clean, but, you know, within himself, I guess he figured he was somebody pretty important, because if you asked him, what's your name, he would say, I'm the Count. Count Deflot. Okay, Mr. Count Deflot. He would go to Mom and try to touch the baby, and Mom would say, Mr. Count Deflot, don't touch my baby. Well, I was playing one day, and all of a sudden I started hearing these rhythmic yelps. I turned and looked, and there was my mom. She had my brother, and she was sort of like in a fighter stance. He was tucked in on her left hip, and then I saw her right arm, and it was like a vertical windmill going around. And at the end of that hand, that arm was a hand, and it had a really big purse, that clutch bag, and there was Count Deflot Little Valerie, you must be fireproof for when life throws those fireballs your way. And lastly, I tell my little Valerie, you need to be full of the right stuff. That's the last F. Full of the right stuff so that you can really function in life. And I'm not saying F-U-L-L, I'm saying dash, F-U-L, the adjective. There are two words in particular that I want you to understand for today that I share with her, and it's be mindful. Be aware of you, yourself, your dreams, your desires, what even triggers you, so that you're not so reactionary. John Miller, author of QBQ, Question Behind Question, he talks to us about not blaming everything, the shoelace, the weather, whatever, for our situations in life. We have to be mindful and get into what it is about us that might be causing things to happen. And the other, F-U-L, is to be grateful. People who are most resilient display a lot of gratefulness. A 2003 study showed that after the 9/11 attacks, those people who really had established that in their lives already, they demonstrated the greatest degree of resiliency. So, little Valerie, remember to be grateful. I've been transparent. I told you some powerful stories, I hope. But see, this isn't about me. This is about you. You tough mama sitting out there. I have a challenge for you. I've given you the T for tactical, the U for uncommon, the first F for fireproof, and the last one for full, being full of the right stuff. It's up to you now to figure where you may need to assess and go to make yourself stronger and better. I challenge you to be the best